Well, no such thing as a breath of fresh air in the inland northwest tonight. A thick blanket of smoke continues to blow in from British Columbia and Montana wildfires. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nadine Woodward. The air quality in Spokane now at very unhealthy levels, and it's not expected to change through tomorrow. We have in-depth coverage for you tonight. Caroline Flynn spoke with schools to see how they're keeping kids healthy and entertained indoors. Drew Reeves tells us how the smoke is causing some serious health issues. First, Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center. She's tracking all this smoke. Chris?
Well, as you mentioned, we are in the very unhealthy range in our air quality index right now in Spokane. It has been as bad as in the hazardous range in the last 24 hours, but we will likely be somewhere in this territory for the next 24. Once we're into that very unhealthy range, that can have health impacts for even our healthiest citizens, including problems with breathing, eye irritation. People with compromised breathing or heart problems are especially at risk and should avoid being outside. It is coming in northeasterly winds that are starting to weaken a little bit, but we will likely not see any improvement until at least tomorrow evening, and even that improvement will be very slow. We'll zoom out and show that we are pretty well surrounded by wildfires. This particular smoke coming from wildfires burning in southern British Columbia and Montana, and that northeasterly winds will be shifting to the south, or from the south, as we get into late tomorrow and Friday, or Thursday, I should say. In the meantime, more northeasterly winds on Wednesday, bringing in more smoke, some slow improvement late Thursday and into Friday as our winds shift. But that haze is going to be sticking around until we get at least a little bit of rain to knock some of it out. I will be back with the odds of that in the 7-day forecast. Nadine?
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, that smoke is certainly a nuisance, causing headaches and nausea for many people. But when does it become an actual health hazard? We sent our Drew Reeves out to get an answer, and also how you can protect yourself. Drew, what'd you find out?
Well, Nadine, it's really going to differ for each person. If you have a chronic breathing issue, like Chris said, this is obviously going to make that much worse. But for those of us without those issues, there are some things you can look for to know if you need to make a trip to your doctor. On the streets of Spokane, it won't take long to find someone wearing a mask, trying to protect their lungs from the problems of wildfire smoke.
It could be shortness of breath, it could be a tight chest, it could be wheeze or a cough.
But is the smoke dangerous? For the average person just traveling from work to home, the answer is no. But if you're experiencing allergy-like symptoms and can't shake it, it's time to get as clean as possible. Take a shower, clean out your ears, and run salt water through your sinuses.
You just want to remove all the soot from your body, and as far as you can go inside your body. For a lot of people, that will help them tremendously.
However, if you have to spend a lot of time outside, you're probably going to want to pick up a mask. At the general store, they stocked their entry with masks, but when we arrived this morning, not many were left.
Well, this rack was pretty much full this morning, and I don't know, we haven't been open probably more than 2 hours, and it's pretty much wiped out now.
If you are looking for a respirator, find one with an N95 or N100 seal of approval.
That's an extra large.
Scott Frost managed to grab one of the last masks today at the general store.
Oh, a great relief. I bet this is not my first stop.
He says he needed it to be able to breathe outside.
2 strikes, I have asthma, and I'm old.
You can try also taking an over-the-counter medication like an ibuprofen for pain or an antihistamine for sneezing and allergy symptoms. But if you feel like you've tried everything and those issues are still persisting, that's when you should think about making an appointment with your doctor. Reporting on the Sky Deck, Drew Reeves, KXLY4 News.
Some good advice there. Thank you, Drew.